Welcome to the salad tossing space, you salad tossers. No,
You
we're
bunch
the salad
of
tossers.
lettuce heads.
That's
We're the
right,
salad
good.
tossers. You're a salad tosser.
I'm a salad tosser.
I'm a salad tosser.
We're
And you
salad
know
tossers.
what? I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be a salad tosser.
Hey, Lucy, I told I promoted this show, and every time I say salad tosser, people laugh, and I'm francophone, so can you please explain what salad tossing is?
Okay, well, Victoria, I'm glad you asked. It's where so here's the deal with salad. Because of the nature of farming, we got pesticides on the outside of the vegetables or fruit, depends on the salad. And we also have things like dirt, right? And even though in the processing plants, they do tend to wash most of these vegetables, you can't always be certain. And what do you do to wash things? You got to use water. But then you got like a wet salad, a wet, damp salad, just covered in damp wetness. You know what you got to do? You got to toss it. You got to toss it. You could get a salad tosser.
Spinner thing that goes...
Exactly.
Perfect.
Cut up your lettuce, rinse it up, toss it in the salad tosser. And then you eat someone's asshole.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's it. That's
part
the whole
of the
definition.
Eating vegan sort of lifestyle.
You don't have to be vegan to eat salad, but I think we should introduce ourselves and our podcast to our potential audience instead of just going in on this whole conversation.
Hi, Jess.
We got viewers. This is incredible. My name is Lucy Gervais, and I am a stand-up comedian and writer in Montreal, Quebec, which is French Canada for the American and Australian, and who knows how many people from all over the world are watching. But just so you know, that's where I am. And who are you, my friend?
I'm Victoria Blair, and I also do stand-up comedy, and that's it, I think.
Oh my God, you don't say. Oh my God, it's nice to meet you.
It's so weird to meet you here. It's amazing.
Victoria and I are friends in Montreal who met doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
And you know what? We got along. And one thing we discovered that we had in common was that we don't eat animal products.
Yeah. Because we're vegan. Because we love animals.
We went vegan. Yeah, we're both vegan.
Want them to feel right, to have a good life, and just profit from their own labor, and have I don't know where I'm going with this.
I mean, yeah, we get it, right? How long have you been vegan, Victoria?
I don't actually know. I started in January sometime, either 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago, because I've been dating my boyfriend for 2 years, and I definitely did not meet him when I started being vegan, because that would have been a nightmare. I was a nightmare when I started out. I was very
vegan?
Confrontational. No.
Oh, but is he vegan now?
No, he eats a lot less meat, but he is not vegan.
Okay. So when you guys first started dating and you were vegan and he was really not vegan, what was that like?
I mean, he would pretend. He would be like, oh, maybe I'll go vegan. This is cool. I'll just eat stuff without meat in it. And he was really into it. But eventually, I figured out, I don't know if you have that. I have friends that they pretend they want to go vegan around me. They're like, oh, it's an option. I might go vegan. But then I find out they just eat meat all the time when I'm not around, Do
you think they're pretending, or do you think they're actually considering it?
They're trying to be nice. They're being nice.
That's cute. Well, I'm a recent vegan.
Oh, yeah.
So yesterday was my 3-month anniversary.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. So Sorry, what was that?
I was gonna say, is it difficult? Do you find it hard?
No.
No,
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, I'll talk about why I don't find it difficult. I don't want to say that becoming vegan or being vegan isn't difficult, because I am this is my personal experience, and it's a very fresh new thing for me that I'm really enjoying and really taking to. But yeah, I am having no problem maintaining my veganism.
Yeah.
At all. Yeah.
Does like meat gross you out, or like were you like, did you like meat before?
Well, I've been a pretty big meat eater for most of my life. And I always like to point this out to people. I not only worked at a butcher shop for 3 years, but I was a butcher for 6 months. So I used to cut animals into smaller, more marketable pieces.
That is so weird. And you were just like, nothing wrong with this. Just chopperino.
I'm still just have so much experience from that it still doesn't gross me out. And I don't know how you feel about that, but that is my honest own experience. It doesn't, like, the presence of meat, if anything, I think about the like traumatizing life that animal had, but actual physical, like, raw deadness is like, I'm so used to it and numb to it, I don't have any response to it at all. But the more so, I'm just like, like you kind of change the way you look at animals.
Yeah.
When you delve into the.
For me, it's like walking into like a horror movie, when they go in like the serial killer's den and there's just like feet hanging everywhere, and like that's exactly how I feel. It just freaks me out so much.
So you feel like you're walking into like in Jeepers Creepers when they fall into the chute and there's all the bodies everywhere.
Yeah. Or when people are eating like chicken wings in front of me, it's like I remember I love those, but also I'm like, those are just body parts, man. Like, it freaks me out. But
I mean, you're not wrong. They are body parts. It's just different levels of experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's interesting that we both have different, like, reactions.
Do you think that veganism has made it harder for you to think?
What the hell does that mean? Harder to think? It's always hard for me to think. I'm a very do person. I just do stuff before I even have time to think about it, and that veganism hasn't hurt or helped that.
No, you're the same, like, very impulsive Lucy as before.
Did you know I have a cleaver tattoo?
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Thank you. I got this to kind of commemorate that kind of food journey that I went on when I was in that industry. But now it's kind of, I might add something to it or change it, because you can also use cleavers to cut big heads of cauliflower. So
or you can just have a rabbit holding the cleaver, like
that'd be kind of cool. That's actually a great idea. That wouldn't be that expensive, and that would be pretty cute. I don't have any animal tattoos, so why not? All right, what's the topic today, Victoria?
We're talking about celebrities and gossip. Who went vegan, who stopped being vegan, and all that. Recently, there was a big splash because Miley Cyrus said she had to stop being vegan because she had trouble thinking when she was vegan.
That's why you asked me that.
And she's like, I just had to eat a fish or something. And it's just so weird to me that, like, she couldn't have like a vitamin instead, or
that was on the Joe Rogan podcast, right? That was on Joe Rogan, where she disclosed that she had started incorporating fish into her diet so that she could, because she felt she was missing omega-3s and fatty acids, which I think, as we both know, are not that hard to like incorporate into your diet. You really just have to go out of your way to do it, right?
Where I don't look at what I eat. I'm a disgusting vegan. I just eat trash food. Where do you find omega-3s?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because you can get omega-3s in flax. So if you introduce flax seeds or flaxseed oil into your diet, so an example would be if, you know, those like fancy yogurt bowls or like smoothie bowls, they have lots of seeds on them. Well, flax seeds is probably one of the most common things amongst like chia seeds and hemp seeds.
Mm-hmm.
But so flax seeds are pretty cheap and easy to introduce into your diet. But then oil, you don't really cook with it because it has a really high smoke point. But I find I just make salad dressing with flaxseed oil. It has a nice flavor, and it has a few more nutrients than olive oil. And you need oil in salad dressing to break down the leafy greens, like the fibrous vegetables.
Salad. You eat salad.
Dude, it's like embarrassing how much I love salad. So, but Miley Cyrus isn't even the only vegan to kind of make this change, right?
Yeah.
Like people usually stop being vegan because they're like, I didn't feel well, and then they go to fish.
Yeah.
That's like a trend.
Yeah, which, I mean, I guess if you're that rich, you should be able to pay like a cook or something. You know, you're having
or like
money
a nutritionist.
Problems.
And also
you can't Google this, or you, Miley,
you know,
not a great thinker.
I didn't. Wow, I hope she's not watching.
Well, I'm punching up, so I think she'll be fine.
She's not. Yeah, she's tall, right? So stupid. Got it. Okay.
It's just the more famous you become, the taller you get from the self-confidence, right?
Is that why I'm so short? Is that
you
why?
Don't believe in yourself.
I believe in myself too much. I think I can do things I should probably stop doing. Okay, well, another thing that I think is kind of shady about the Miley Cyrus thing, let's say for whatever reason, like she feels better now because she's eating fish. I'm like, okay, I wouldn't personally do that, but okay, she did it, whatever. I just think the platform of doing it on the Joe Rogan Experience,
maybe she wanted to be cool to Joe Rogan. She wanted to impress him. So she's like, I'm eating. Isn't he like a carnivore or something?
He's a hunter. He does not really believe that veganism is healthy. He's kind of what Miley Cyrus was doing on that podcast was affirming Joe Rogan's belief that he regularly puts out on his podcast that like veganism is not healthy for the human body. And he's like a huge health person. He works out a lot. He's like, I don't know. He messes with his diet a lot. He's huge, right?
His head is so red, it's purple. I'm making Lucy so uncomfortable.
Yeah, like he is very much like, he believes in like deer meat, and he's also against factory farming. Well, I don't know about against, but I've seen him speak out about how disgusting it is, but he's like, well, that's why I like to go hunting, so I can provide for my family. Like, and a lot of the guests he has, they talk about how veganism is bullshit. And the only time he hasn't really done that is I watched him do an interview with Kevin Smith, and it's just the tone always seems to be like, isn't veganism ridiculous? Aren't these people kind of crazy and ridiculous? And like, granted, vegans often, we don't make ourselves look good all the time, you know, like, and that's something we're going to talk about later, right? Because we did plan. There is a formula for this podcast. But yeah, I just think that was, she was like, oh, the vegans are going to go after me. And it's like, yeah, because you're on this podcast that is already not really endorsing veganism at all. You are a vegan icon as far as most people are concerned, because she's talked about it on red carpets. She's like, I would like to spread the message of veganism today on this red carpet. And then she goes on this platform and just is like, I couldn't do it. My brain wasn't working. I needed omega-3s, which I'm not her doctor, so I don't want to speak for her too much, but there are ways to get it. Also, algae, that's where fish get omega-3s from, is algae.
Yeah.
And there's ways to incorporate that into your diet. It doesn't sound delicious, right?
I love
but
algae.
neither, like,
they're so good. What are you talking about? You just eat them like chips.
Seaweed too, right?
Seaweed.
Like, it's available. But like, what's more disgusting to the average person? Eating algae or eating like a mercury infused fish that may or may not have been butchered alive while flopping around on a table, or it was suffocated while it was being brought to the surface in a massive net, or it was farmed and it's living in a tank with no natural cleansers of the water, and it's just swimming around in its own shit and the shit and piss of other fish. What's more disgusting, right?
You know,
like seeds, flax seeds, or this like nightmare we've created with the fishing industry.
You got a good point. Fishes are disgusting. They're sea rats.
Ooh, they're sea rats. Well, rats are pretty cool. Okay, come on.
I love rats so much. When I see some at like the metro and stuff, I'm always like, look, a rat. And my boyfriend gets super scared. He's like, we have to leave, you know? But I just,
I'm going to test. My lighting is changing because I'm trying to do this with natural light, but the sun's going down. So I'm adjusting my lighting. Are you ready?
Yes. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's better. Ooh, I liked the natural lighting more. Let's see if we
For a second there, you look like a mugshot, like when you made the face.
Thank you. This is nice and warm. This is like a faux natural lighting, so I think we'll stick to this. Plus, my hair looks nice and blonde.
It really does.
So that's our bit on Miley Cyrus.
Also, another celebrity who went off of veganism is Steve-O. And I was so sad to learn that because I feel like he's become like a moral compass or something. Like he's just a good person with good intentions. If you like go look at his Instagram and stuff, he's just like helping out wherever he can around the world. And then he stopped being vegan. He's like, I eat fish.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing, right? They think, well, fish is the safe. It's like the safe animal to eat. Even
because they don't have like features that you can discern, like, oh, he's dreaming right now, or like, oh, he's in pain, or yeah, exactly. It's that fish. The sturgeon face. It just looks judgmental, and people are like, yeah, I'm gonna eat you. Stop judging me.
How much I looked like a fish just there. I get omega-3s from walnuts. Who doesn't love walnuts? Oh, I didn't know we had enabled commenting. You hate nuts?
I hate nuts and I hate beans, and my life is like really sad.
Okay. Wasn't trying to bum out the audience, but I guess you're the straight man and I'm the kooky one. I'm the Kramer and you're the George.
Oh, thank you. I wanted to, yeah.
Are you serious? Is this sarcastic? Thank you. Thank God this podcast isn't only half an hour because we're like barely through our list. Okay, Steve-O, keep going.
Yeah, so I was sad about Steve-O, and then I looked it up, and he was saying that like he ate a fish or something, and then he posted about it online, and then a bunch of vegans went after him, and some of them made good points, but some of them were just very unsupportive. Let's say they were not very rational, and it kind of put him off of the whole community. And someone said, like, it's very hard to maintain a vegan lifestyle when like no one supports you in that lifestyle, because literally like meat eaters, like there's very little portion of meat eaters that like they don't just say bacon and like, look, I'm eating chicken nuggets or whatever at you, and then the vegans are not supportive either. It's just like, it sucks. But I think if you're listening to this, Steve-O, you can do it. We love you and support you, and you should totally stop eating fish because they don't want to die. And I loved you in Jackass when you put that stuff on and when you ate that yellow snow cone. That was funny.
That was not Steve-O who ate that.
How do you remember?
That was one of the other guys. because
What did Steve-O do? Is he the one that tacked his nutsack to like a fan or something?
Steve-O did a bunch of stuff. Some of them I don't remember who did every single thing, but I do remember that I think it was Steve-O who set the room. Steve-O did stunts. Like he did a lot of gross guttural stuff. So one of the things he did was they laid out a whole bunch of mouse traps on the floor of a room, and they like triggered them all, and then he tried to walk through, and they started shooting him with something, and they all started going off, and it was oh my god. See, I love Jackass. I didn't watch the show a lot, but I really enjoyed the movies. I thought the show was actually really hard to watch.
Yeah,
maybe there's a few, like maybe the first season sucks and then later on it's better.
Just can't imagine pitching that show, to the producers, and then people putting money in this, and the director being like, we need it from another angle. I didn't get what I needed,
It was hugely successful. Those guys are all millionaires.
I know.
But Steve-O did a lot of really like animal cruel stunts. And I think it's because he's also like in recovery for drug and alcohol abuse. And so he probably wasn't thinking that much about the animals he was abusing. But one of his most notorious stunts, I think it's in the first episode of the Jackass show, he swallows a goldfish and then pukes it back up.
You were going to say the one where he puts a gerbil up his ass or something.
Did he do that?
One of them puts like either a gerbil or ferret up their asses, and then it became like a thing, and then you saw a bunch of spoofs of it everywhere of people putting...
Okay, that's going to be one for our fact-checking department for sure.
He must feel so guilty about that. What? It's not made up. Can someone in the comments please back me up, right?
Don't ask the cop. Now everyone knows we don't really have a fact-checking department. Because we don't. And this is a curtain. It's my house, but not right now. I don't want everyone to know how much beautiful art I have up.
You look like you're like an old rich lady, and it's just like all your old art,
These are my linens. And it's like down here you can see that my bed is in the same room as my living room. It's fine. So
I also checked out, and apparently you guys will be crushed to learn this, but Bill Clinton went off of veganism.
Wow. What a thing I don't care about.
Bill Clinton's diet?
Yeah, weren't we talking about this the other day, and you were just like, who gives a shit?
Why is he even on the internet? Nobody cares about that.
I met Bill Clinton once at a Starbucks I used to work at.
What?
Yeah, I worked at Starbucks, and Bill Clinton walked in, but at first I was in such disbelief, because like, why would he be there? This is Yorkville in Toronto. I'm like, are you going to like the whole...
Bill Clinton. That wasn't Bill Clinton.
Dude, do not even start, because at first I was like, that can't be Bill Clinton. He was surrounded, this tiny Starbucks was full of Secret Service security people. And when my boss saw him, she went, Jesus Christ, that's Bill Clinton. And I was like, I didn't know you use that kind of language, Sue. But yeah, that's Bill Clinton. And so I was on like the cash register.
Yeah.
And this Secret Service guy comes up, and I'm still like, what? Bill Clinton in the same room as me? That's weird. And he's like, okay, I need this, I need this, I need this. And we're getting mugs and cookies and this and this and this. Like, they spent like $200. And then I'm like pressing buttons.
They had like oh 3 lattes.
Yeah, but they were all this fucking giant lattes. And everyone in the Starbucks, all the customers are like, whoa, what's going on? Ew, that was Richard Gere who put a gerbil up his butt. Yeah, it wasn't Steve-O. Don't get those two confused.
I thought Richard Gere had sex with fishes or something.
Okay, you need to know whether or not these are true before you show up to the podcast just spreading this weird misinformation about people
celebrities
having sex with animals.
And gossip, okay? Celebrities and gossip.
Okay, well, can I finish my Bill Clinton story?
Yes.
So Bill Clinton goes like he's just laughing and having a good time. And he's just like, all right, let's get a photo with the staff. And I lose it. I'm like, everybody move. I'm getting in the photo with Bill Clinton and I'm going next to him because I am going to talk about this on a podcast one day. So we got a photo with Bill Clinton and he had a bracelet on. It was like a hemp bracelet. And the words, I actually spoke to Bill Clinton for like a split second. I said, hey, Bill, I like your bracelet. And he said, thanks, I got it in Colombia. And that was the interaction that I get to say I had with Bill Clinton. But, you know, not the greatest celebrity to have a story about, considering all the Weinstein connections. Oh, Gianna loves him. Okay. It's good timing, I guess.
It's okay. Gianna, you're allowed to love whoever you like.
I hope I didn't ruin Bill Clinton for Gianna, but
he plays really good saxophone. Someone else would. He plays really good saxophone. So,
is there anything else you want to mention about Steve-O or maybe the unsupported vegan community?
No, I also wanted to say that I found out that Fred Durst is vegan, and I also found out. Fred Durst from Limp Bizkit, and I also found out he doesn't wear the red cap anymore, and he doesn't look the same. So he's not as hot as he was. Sorry to break the news.
You thought Fred Durst was hot?
Hell yeah! Are you kidding me?
Do you want me to try to edit this out of the podcast so you can save the embarrassment of having said that?
If I had a time machine, I would go back in time and nothing. I don't think he would sleep with me.
Just go to that concert. Well, it's funny because like their biggest Limp Bizkit's biggest album was called Chocolate Starfish and the Hot Dog Flavored Water. Mm-hmm. So he should change it to just like the dark chocolate acai berry starfish and the like tofurkey flavored water.
But
that wasn't funny, so I apologize for that, but I tried.
Isn't the chocolate starfish supposed to be like an anus?
Yeah, and the hot dog flavored water, I think it's supposed to be cum or ball sweat. I have no
Maybe
fucking clue what these perverts are talking about.
That cum would be like very thin.
Yeah, it'd be water.
They're watered down.
Water? And also,
it's like the girl's like, this is watered down. Like I'm not.
He's like, I'm spread too thin. There's so many bitches here that I have to give my cum to. And one of them's named Victoria. Here you go. Yeah, that's funny. Fred Durst is vegan. Well, good for him.
Yeah.
We'll take anyone.
Also, Pamela Anderson is vegan.
Classic. Is she vegan or vegetarian?
She's vegan, and she's a member of PETA, and she does posters for PETA. She poses, like, half nude, and she has like these like it says like, oh, this is a drumstick, this is ribs, this is a pork chop or whatever on her body.
Yeah, she's in a lot of advertising for PETA. Do you like PETA? Yeah, same.
I heard stuff. I heard bad things from PETA, and I try not to like be too much like, oh, I believe in this, you know, like I want to have my own belief system and stuff. So like I'll read their articles. They have like good recipes and stuff, but I'm not going to give money to them because I don't know who they are. So
I won't give money to them either. I will say their website is really, really helpful when you're trying to figure out it's a good place. It's a good resource for veganism if you want to find something out about whether or not something is vegan. They condemn most of the things. So they fully condemn the consumption of bivalves, which are mussels, oysters, and scallops.
Yeah, because they can feel pain.
Well, see, that hasn't been proven. But
yeah, I can prove it.
That also hasn't been disproven. Like, they don't want to be opened. That's like the deal.
Yeah, but they react to stimuli, so.
It's true. Okay, they know what's going on. They're like, hey, you're trying to open me. What's up? What's the deal with opening me? I'm not going to lie. I will be fully transparent.
Yeah.
Because I know people who know this about me, and I don't want them to watch this and maybe think that I'm trying to hide something. But I have made the exception. You're gonna hate me. I have made the exception for oysters, and I've eaten oysters since I went vegan.
No, Lucy.
I'm considering stop. I'm considering it. I really don't want anyone to fucking lose it on me. I'm being fully honest.
All right,
But
let me
I've eaten oysters twice.
Okay,
since I started.
That's so much. Like, these are so expensive. Okay, you know what?
That's the thing though. Is my sister. My sister works at an oyster restaurant, and so the ones that she just has around, it's like it's a ritual I'm having a hard time letting go of. Is having oysters with my sister.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, I'm at a restaurant and I'm ordering them. They're literally like there, and it's like it's something I'm having a hard time letting go of.
Camille says oysters are great and you can stuff it.
She didn't say you could stuff it. Okay, fine. We're moving on, but we can talk about it in more detail if you want at a different time, because I do have a lot to say on it. But whatever. Let's move on.
But while I have you, I just want to say that it's just that there's a lot more that goes into these oysters than just the oyster itself.
Like what?
They're scraping the ocean floors and stuff, and like.
No, they're not. They do not trawl for oysters.
Well, you're giving money to the fishing industry.
So the way that oyster farming works is it's done with. Okay, to be fair, like, it's done with those like cages, like those ones that they put in the bottom, and they spawn within them. And oysters just spawn everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Oysters don't mate. They spawn, and they're really great for the environment. In fact, it's been argued that farming them, because it creates more oysters, and oysters are cleaners of water.
Yeah.
Like farming them puts oysters in water and makes the oceans healthier.
So they should just do that and not eat them.
There's a lot we could talk about. There's a lot that we could talk about, honestly, because I don't necessarily disagree. And it's like, it's a part of my journey is going, do I stop eating them? Or do I have it be the one thing that I do twice a year with my older sister, who I love very much? Yeah. Is that the exception I make? Is it Is it more right to eat oysters than it is a fish or a cow? These are big questions. I'm happy to talk about them.
You can eat instead, like you can have like a lemon wedge.
That's it?
Yeah, it's just a lemon wedge.
Okay. We'll talk about oysters.
Like
we could literally do a whole episode on oysters, because I know so much about oysters. So let's move on for now. Hopefully no one hates me and wants me to die.
No one wants you to die. Right, guys? Please comment if you don't want Lucy to die. All right.
Please do.
Let's talk about, I know you wanted to talk about A$AP Rocky.
Yes. Which A$AP Rocky is probably my favorite vegan celebrity who's still vegan, as far as I know. A$AP Rocky has been on a bit of a food journey since 2012, and that's when he went into like pescatarianism, and I think it started with the way chickens were treated, and since then he went full vegetarian in 2015, and then he went. I think he went vegan in the past 2 years, and it became more widely known because he referenced it in a song of his off of his new album. Oh my God, Gianna, you're so cute. I love this. You're die, awesome, Lucy. Gianna. Only one person so far, but hey, I'll take it. So he references. Oh, I'll pull up the lyric. He references his veganism in a. I know what the song is, but I just want to pull up the exact lyric. It's Babushka Boy.
Yeah. Which the video is awesome, and the cops are pigs, and they're eating pig. So
what happens is like the cops, they're all like, and I love this music video because it's directed by one of my favorite photographers named Nadia Lee Cohen. Please look her up if you're watching this, because her art is incredible.
Is she related to Sacha Baron Cohen?
No.
The Borat guy?
Am I related to Ricky Gervais? No.
I thought you were.
It's the same last name.
That's why
Have
I'm
you never
hitching
seen me
my
do
card
stand-up?
onto your fame because I thought you were related and that you were gonna get me somewhere.
Is that why you're doing a podcast with me? I mean, hey, Ricky Gervais might do the podcast because he is.
Oh,
I think he's vegan
why are
or
we
vegetarian.
talking about Ricky Gervais? He's so vegan, isn't he vegan?
I don't know. I think he's vegetarian. He's against animal cruelty. I don't know if he extends that to eggs and dairy.
He always takes pictures of himself and his cat.
So I have that in common with him as well.
That's true.
All right, I'm gonna read the lyric. Are you ready? I ain't ducking N-words. I ain't ducking bullets either. Shit, I ain't duck sauce since I became a vegan.
Oh,
but
that's awesome.
That video is really good. It's directed by Nadia Lee Cohen, and it's where ASAP and a few of the other like ASAP guys, ASAP Rocky and the other ASAP guys are like robbing a bank. And then the cops are all pigs, and then they chase them down. And then I forget exactly how it happens, but they kidnap the cops, bring them to a butcher shop, and like turn them into sausages. And then they sell the sausages at the store. And then it's a cop eating a sausage made out of other cops.
Yeah.
And it's pretty gruesome, but I love it. It's a kind of art style that I'm completely obsessed with. So if you're not familiar with that video or ASAP Rocky, I highly suggest getting into his music. Aw, yay! Just said happy birthday, and also not to die. I love this trend.
Really nice. Thank you.
That is super duper nice. So yeah, ASAP is definitely a standout.
No one's saying happy birthday to me.
Yeah, because it's not your birthday.
How do you know?
You would have said something. How old are you turning? What sign are you?
Well, I still would like for people to wish me happy birthday. I feel like you're getting all the attention here. And,
when is your birthday?
In August.
You're a Leo?
Yeah.
Bitch, my sister's a Leo.
So.
I don't know. I get along with a lot of Leos, and I think
What's your sign?
I'm a Libra.
I don't know what that means.
Scales.
The scales
or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, you're a well-balanced person, that means?
Yeah, like I'm extremely nuts and extremely normal at the same time. So, or I'm just like crazy on two sides of the spectrum. So instead of it being like that, it like balances.
Yeah, you're like fun crazy and scary crazy, but
I'm not scary crazy anymore.
I'm kidding.
My hormones have calmed down since I started approaching my mid-adulthood. So, any other vegan celebrities of note? You had a list. You had like a crazy list when we were chatting.
I had a crazy list, but I don't know if anyone else is interesting on there. Sorry, vegan celebrity who didn't make it. I am reading up on Ricky Gervais. So it says Ricky Gervais eating vegan meaty dishes in lockdown, and Ricky Gervais is spending lockdown eating vegan food and saying hello to dogs from a distance.
Okay.
Is he vegan or not? What is a meaty vegan dish? You know what I mean?
I'm guessing it's maybe it's got like vegan, like a tofu situation or like a faux beef situation. I'm guessing it's fully vegan. It would be kind of weird to do something that's meaty but not vegan. I don't know. You're the one reading the article.
Yeah, well, I don't check my sources. All right.
So that's the fact-checking department's job.
Life is too short to check your sources. Also, another person who stopped being vegan was Jonathan Van Ness. Jonathan, if you're listening to this,
which he is,
please go back to veganism, please. Okay? We love you, and you're in our prayers to our vegan god, which is a bean.
There we go. Or something. And you hate beans, so that's perfect.
Yeah. Also, Gianna was asking, like, what do you eat then? I still eat the beans.
You just make yourself eat stuff you don't like?
Yeah. If I put a lot of like spicy stuff in my beans, it's okay. Like oil and salt and spicy, it's like But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Interesting. I like most foods. I think that's one thing that's made veganism, dare I say, easy for me thus far. And I know how to cook a lot of stuff, you know? And everything that I'm kind of getting used to cooking, I'm getting better at all the time and like learning how to make better all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of, if you can cook for yourself in a way that is like healthy and thoughtful, and you don't really look at nutrients quite as much as I do, I would say, right?
Yeah.
I'm like
No,
really like I'm scared of getting that brain thing that Miley got, you know, where your fucking skull and your brain aren't attached as much anymore, which
What?
apparently happens.
So I don't know. When I first started becoming vegan, I like had like a week where I ate only popcorn and apples because I didn't know what I was doing, and
Are you
I almost
6 years old?
I almost fainted in the metro and stuff. And let me tell you, it's not that bad actually. It's not a big deal to like be weak for a bit.
Apples.
You know.
Okay, well, I haven't had that experience yet because I've been very like trying to pack as many nutrients, and I take B complex so that I can get B12.
Yeah.
And I try to do flax and as many foods as possible.
I don't know why, but the word flax just it makes me laugh.
You're laughing right now.
Well, I'm not, but it's just such a funny, like, it sounds like flatulence or something.
Flaxulence?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's time for us to wrap up with just a few more questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so what is it, do you think that is like the final, what's the final like step that, you know, is the thing that really convinces people to go fully vegan? Like, what do you think pushes people over the edge into veganism?
Well, people go vegan for a bunch of different reasons. I think that the only lasting reason why you'd be vegan is for the animals, because you can't really change your mind on compassion. And the last thing, it would be, I don't know. For me, it was like really I watched Earthlings, and I was like, I watched like a meat, like a undercover video of like a dairy farm. And I was like, I didn't know that happened there. And I've been lied to my whole life, and that's it. You know, I'm done.
That's reasonable.
So, well.
I agree to a certain extent about the animal thing, but I think most people have seen the videos and most people know what happens. And there's like some disconnects, like they don't understand the connection between the meat industry and the dairy and egg industry, which is all animals used to produce dairy and eggs. If they don't die from physical exhaustion, they go into the meat industry. Like it is a circle. Yeah. I think a lot of people don't know that. I think it's like when people really start to realize that the food is not that scary, and it doesn't have to be all like fake meats and fake cheeses and fake versions of the stuff that they love that are not going to be as satisfying. I think once people get in touch with the food journey, I mean, this is coming from my experience. Yeah. I think that's something that makes it seem less scary and intimidating and difficult.
I think that's actually, when I was reading up on it, that's why Fred Durst went vegan. Like someone gave him a good vegan meal and he was like, oh, this is actually good. Mm-hmm. And then he's like,
and having vegan friends is great because I've gotten together a lot with vegan friends and we make these really thoughtful, beautiful friends.
You guys hang out with
I do.
What the hell?
I have one vegan friend named Anna, and her boyfriend is also vegan, and they live together and they have 3 cats. And they have a beautiful home that I love. And we just hang out, and they chain smoke huge joints that I don't smoke because it makes me anxious. And then we make like these big, really thoughtful meals.
Because drugs is a really sin, that's why you don't smoke.
I mean, I don't know about all drugs, or any of them. All right. And I had, if you wanted to, do you still want to talk about coconuts and honey?
No, because we're over our time.
Yeah,
But-
we're a few minutes over, so we will be saving. Well, maybe we'll do a whole episode that's maybe about things that seem vegan that aren't. That would be pretty fun. But our next episode is about vegan activists.
Yes, which is gonna
I'm
be really
excited to
fun.
talk
There's
about
gonna
that.
be we're gonna talk about Gary Yursuf and
Yurovsky.
Yurovsky and Earthling
Yeah.
Ed, and
I love Earthling Ed, vegan Jesus.
He is vegan Jesus.
Yeah,
He's so
I think
cute.
so. He's so hot. It's crazy.
He's
And
so
also
calm.
maybe
It's
yeah,
like,
and maybe we'll talk about like some vegan restaurants that are also like very politically vocal. Gianna says she loves drugs. Gianna is mad cool.
she's
I'm
so
happy.
Oh no, wait,
we have
it's not
such
it's
cool
not
fans immediately.
It's not Gianna. She said that it's Christine. Gianna's her daughter. This is her daughter's account. So
That is the most wholesome. Oh my God, it's Christine. Okay, excellent. This is extra wholesome. So I think it's time for us to sign off. I don't think we came up with a sign off line. So I'm just gonna say this to all our lettuce heads out there. Keep your salads tossed.
yes, keep tossing your salads.
All right.
And,
Thank you everybody for listening. Have a lovely rest of the day.